All right, going from one game that has having incredible success to another game, also a franchise that has been on a dumpster fire on top of another dumpster fire, and it just continues to just get bigger every week, it seems. Okay, so we're talking about Bethesda, and I got the news story here for a second. All right, can you still hear me by the way?
Yep, you could.
Okay, cool. Just double checking. All right, so this was reported on Kotaku.com from Luke Plinkett. Bethesda support leaks Fallout 76 customer names, addresses, and phone numbers. Some of the people submitting tickets to get the replacement Fallout 76 canvas bags have encountered surprise. They've been given access to parts of Bethesda's support system, including the ability to open and close tickets, as well as check other customers' personal information. The loophole has since been closed, but not before a number of users on Reddit and the company's forums claim to have been shown all kinds of things they should not have been shown. Jesse Pye, for example, says, "I'm receiving every single one of your support tickets on my Bethesda account. Mostly it's receipts for your power armor set requesting a new bag. These receipts contain all your info, your email and home addresses, and the card you used to buy this extremely glitched game." Radioactive Trinket, meanwhile, says, I went onto the support website today to update a ticket of mine, and surprisingly or not, I ended up being able to see all sorts of tickets with people putting their personal information in them, like receipt, screenshots, names, addresses, and so on. And it goes on to explain other people's reaction as well as the situation around it. But in general, Bethesda has been dropping the ball a lot since Fallout 76 has come out. And there's a lot of anger and there's a lot of things that they're doing PR wise that they're just continuing dropping the ball. So they had since said that they fixed it and they've notified people about it, but it's kind of astonishing looking from afar, just like how much of a mess this is with Bethesda and with Fallout 76.
It's definitely like there's aspects to it that are a mess. I would say definitely like getting people the product that they paid for in terms of the canvas bags, like that's absolutely like the fuck are you guys thinking? But like my argument is gamers have a tendency to be very melodramatic and oh my god, melodramatic and not opinionated. That's not the word I'm looking for. When you think you deserve something. I don't know. What thing are you talking about?
Oh, there he goes. Sorry. Okay. I hope that audio.
I mean, let's look at some other games that have been happening right now. When talking about Smash Brothers, like you get 74 fucking characters, and the potential to make a bunch more via the Mii's, and people are sitting there going like, well, it's not good enough. It's not good enough because I didn't get Waluigi or I didn't get Gina or some stupid shit like that. Like, are you kidding me? The whole game can be thrown in the trash because you didn't get a character you wanted. Like, you entitled fuck. Entitlement. There we go. That's the fucking Jesus.
Yeah, it's on my tongue too, actually, yeah.
It's just crazy to me that people act that way. Now, that being said, those people that bought the canvas bags are entitled to the canvas bags. They have a right to be pissed off. When you buy a game, yes, the game doesn't need to be buggy. Like, not even kind of arguing that. Like, Bethesda, come on, guys. Like, I know your games are notoriously buggy, but this is a bit much.
Yeah.
This is a bit too much.
I was about to say, like, to play devil's advocate, like, Bethesda's, when it comes to a good majority of them, they've always been buggy People will kind of just like put it to the side because behind those bugginess was a pretty good game. With the exception of this time around, where like not only is people not liking the game, but it's also buggy on top of it. So
Well, I think I'm gonna throw this out there, Anthony. I think people are not liking Fallout 76 because I don't think they realized or they didn't pay attention to the type of game it was. When you and I watched the reveal at E3, do you remember the reaction that we heard?
yeah,
Like, it wasn't people going, I get to play in this world that's basically Minecraft but with a fucking Fallout skin over it. Nobody was saying that. We had to remind people of that. So I'm not terribly surprised that people didn't understand what the game was and now we're pissed off about it. But you don't get to not have buyer's remorse. That's not something that you have the luxury of just going, oh well. You get to live with your buyer's remorse. You get to live with the fact that you bought something you don't enjoy. Period.
I mean,
now,
to point out too, Bethesda did say, like before the game came out, it's gonna be I'm paraphrasing here, but it's gonna be a rough start. So
no. What they said, Anthony, was that they didn't say that the game was going to be rough. They said the beta was going to be rough. They never said that the game was going to be rough.
I'll what's what we're looking for? I'll fault you to what you're saying because I remember hearing otherwise, but they could be completely be something else.
I don't know, man. Like it's. There's points to the story, Anthony. The point I'm getting at, there's points to the story where I side with the customer, and there's parts where I side with Bethesda. And to me, it's crazy that that's the situation. 9 times out of 10, I side with one or the other. But I understand where some of the customers are coming from. Like the game being buggy, and for some people, just straight up unplayable, which I've seen. Like they just can't fucking play it because it's so goddamn buggy. That's not right. Like fucking get your shit together, Bethesda. Not getting a product that you paid for, i.e. the canvas bags, yes, be angry about that. You wanting a refund because you didn't realize the game was basically Minecraft with a Fallout skin over it and that the only story was lore based on shit you pick up, go fuck yourself. That's on you, that's not on Bethesda. Do you see what I'm saying? Like that's the point I'm getting at.
And I would play devil's advocate and say like, well, if that was the case, then could you say that Bethesda was not? Maybe they weren't as clear as they thought to people as they were trying to be about what this game is.
I'm gonna throw this out there, Anthony. I'm not the smartest person in the world. Sometimes I'm an idiot. Sometimes I don't pay attention, and I picked up on what the fuck it was. They have no excuse. There's no playing devil's advocate for them. The guy the guy of the footage who knocked over a bunch of shit in that GameStop because he was mad that the game wasn't what he expected. Not okay.
I mean, this in general, but like, yes, I agree with you on that.
Like being disappointed, I totally get being disappointed. Totally understand that. I have been disappointed by games in the past too. Trust me. Trust me on that.
Yeah, we've all been burned on games in the past or in today's.
Fucking no joke. Andromeda, Mass Effect Andromeda was that for me. I was very excited about it, and it just turned out to be a big old turd. You know what I did? Fucking was like, oh well. I'll tell you. Oh, another game I spent $60 on, and I didn't like. I maybe spent 10 hours in the game. Monster Hunter World.
Really? Wow.
Yeah. It just wasn't for me.
Wow. Interesting. Okay.
I know people love it, and that's great, but it just wasn't for me.
Interesting.
And so you know what it does now? It just sits in my account, sitting there because I paid $60 for it.
Wow.
Like, I'm not trying to get a refund because I fucked up. And you know what? That's how I view all these people getting pissed off at Bethesda because they didn't expect the game to be what it was. Again, then this is not from the angle of bugs, or this is not from the angle of, Bethesda not fucking meeting promises with product. Like, that's not what my argument is. In this conversation, yes, it comes from the fact that Bethesda is, the way that they're handling the canvas bag thing is wrong. Definitely not right. But on the other hand, people need to fucking take a chill pill.
Point.
Relax a little bit.
Point to every gaming outlet that gave it like low scores. I will also say one thing though too is that I feel like Bethesda with Fallout 76, like it's going to be an ongoing changes. They're going to be improving the game over time, and there's enough time and room for Bethesda to really fix the game or to get it to at a point where they want it to be in a given time. And I'll point to No Man's Sky, where people hated the hell out of No Man's Sky and all of this and that, but then like a year or two later, they're able to keep up with the game, bring in new content, able to fix what need to be fixed, and now people are much less inclined to hate it and take a chance on it. And there's definitely a time where like people did.
Sure, I totally see that. I'm just also going to point out that I think that gamers, especially, can be very unfairly harsh towards people working in the game industry. There's a lot of factors that go into stuff, and I think that a lot of people don't put certain things in perspective. A lot of people are knee-jerk, and I don't think that's fair to devs. I don't think that's fair to anybody working in the industry or on the game itself. So I think my point is people need to relax, stop getting so goddamn angry. That's all.
Goes without saying. All right.
I mean, you would think so, but here I am saying it.
Good point. On to our next topic at hand.